this arched wood blank that I got at Michael's actually. So I thought I would use this Joie de Roses transfer. This is a piece I had left over. Well, I think I probably, you know, I did a lamp with this transfer, and I remember saving this bird, and I said I'm going to save it for something special, and so today's the day. All right, so here's the transfer that I'm talking about, okay? And it looks great over black. I put it over a black painted lampshade, and I love it. And so I'm not going to paint this black, although I was tempted to, but we're going to paint and we're going to glaze instead. First thing I want to do is add this mold. Now, at first, the reason it's shaped is because I was trying to figure out how much I needed. I was going to come in the middle here. All right, so this came in a roll like this, okay? This is an iFlex wood molding product, okay? So it came like this, and what you do is you heat it up. And then it gets really flexible, and then you can glue it down. So I'm going to use this Titebond Quick and Thick glue. Let's see, I think I'm going to go ahead and put glue on here. I think this might be easier to do it like this. And I'm going to grab a paintbrush, not a good one. Now this Titebond Quick and Thick glue is, it's a great glue. It dries clear, so if you're like me and you're messy and it kind of seeps through all the time, no worries, okay? Because it dries clear. Ooh, I got a little bit too much right there. And see, it's a little bit thinner than this, so I should have waited. I should have put it right on this, I think, to be honest. I'm going to put some of this back. Just don't need that much glue. I mean, I will need it, but I don't want it to dry before I need it. Okay. Got a little happy there with the glue. All right, so save that. So I'm going to heat this up just to get it flexible again. All right, you can tell what I'm doing. Let me do it over here. I'm just heating it up with a heat gun. So it gets flexible, but it goes back hard real quickly. But I love these because it's, see how it bends now? Because it, you can go ahead and paint it. There's not going to be any, it's not going to shrink or crack on you. And I like that. I'm a little bit of a perfectionist, which I do not like that about myself, but it does make, this makes it really easy not to have cracks and stuff. I'm going to put some glue down here. Well, let me put it over here. Forget y'all can't see over there. Well, I've got enough right there. Okay. All right. So let's get this kind of down good. I'm going to take a damp brush. Now, a lot of times, like when I did that, when I did the flower pot that I showed you a few days ago, All right, I'm taking a little damp brush and I'm just wiping this excess glue off. I knew I got a little happy with it. But, you know, you do need a good bit of glue to hold this down. All right. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put some glue, okay, under, right under here. Actually, I'm going to put it on the, I'm going to put it right on the mold. And then I'm going to heat it in the front and get it to bend nicely. So again, this was in a, you know, it was curled all the way around. Oh, shoot. All right. I'm going to press this down. Okay. Okay. Heat it a little bit more. All right, so now we got to cut this. I'm going to take this. It's not an X-Acto knife, but it's whatever kind of knife it is. What is this? Got to be careful, because I just broke it off right there. Now, I wish I would have mitered. I may still can. Let me look at this. I usually, with the clay, I will miter the corners, or I do it corner, you know, slanted. But let's just see what this looks like. I don't want to cause too much extra work on myself. Got that nicely fit in there. I feel like that one little, that piece right there needs to kind of come off. All right. All right, so that should be nice and glued on. And we're gonna we'll just put a strip at the bottom. All right, so here's again how it comes, all wrapped up. And I'm not gonna really like how I have to fit this together. Let me see, let me just heat it up so I can get it moving. You know, I think it's gonna look better if I cut this piece off and we just have one long strip at the bottom. That was the hard part. All right, so I'm going to take Paint Couture's chalk style paint in Farmhouse Linen, and it has a little bit of a top coat in it. It's not a true chalk paint, but it does have chalk paint properties. So it'll dry fast, and I'm gonna be able to glaze it right away. With a true chalk paint like DIY paint, you have to, you know, it has to be sealed Okay, so let's get to painting. And again, we can just paint right away because it's, you know, it's wood. This is wood and it's hard. Let's get going. All right. That's good. Now let's try to dry this. Let's see if we, this part always scares me. Okay. All right. So, isn't that pretty? This is one of my favorite transfers, y'all, and I've only used it once. And I just told myself the other day, I need to use that. And then at the last minute today, it just came, you know, I started looking, I was like, I forgot I had this. All right, so what I want to do is, okay, yes, all right, so it's going right in the middle here. I want the flowers, these leaves kind of up here. Oh, I forgot his tail. His tail was a bit long, so I guess I'll center him then, because I wasn't going to do that, but all right, y'all remember when I did this with the Christmas tree transfer? I'm just marking. I don't have fingernails anymore. So that's making it a little difficult. See if I can do this without. Now, if you get transfer on here that you don't want, you can always paint right over it. It's not a big deal. But I'm going to turn it over so I can see my marks. And then just try to cut on the line. I probably should cut a little on the outside of it, to be honest. I'd rather have a little too much than not enough. Because like I said, you can always paint over too much. But, you know, I can always fix it if I need to, add a little bit more transfer. I don't want to have to do that though, so let's see. I am going a little bit out. It's you know, you just don't know because you don't know how this is going to mark. But I can look at it before I put it down to see. Okay, well that cut pretty good. All right, well let's just add it. Probably got, you know, when I first started, I think I didn't get enough, but it's okay, like I said. I can add a little bit more and camouflage it. All right, so you just peel off the backing. It just fits, like, it just fits. I didn't know if I wanted it to just fit, but we're going with it. All right, let me get my, and I hope to goodness the paint's dry enough. Yeah, see that? I thought a piece was missing right there, but it's not. That's just where another flower was starting, but we'll see if it bugs me. All right, so now I need to try to pick up this and scrape. Now, yeah, see, I was going to say, when I did the Christmas tree, I didn't really even have to scrape. This just, I don't know, I think it likes this paint. Because like I said, there is a little bit of top coat in it, and transfers do, they do go on better if you've sealed a piece. Like if you're using chalk paint. But if you use a paint that has a little bit of a sealer, or if you seal a chalk paint, it, you know, it goes on easier. It'll still work though. I don't seal my chalk paint all the time, my DIY paint, before adding a transfer. I just love this. I love this transfer. Again, it's called Joie, Joie, de Roses, DES, Roses. And it looks awesome over black as well. But I did my Christmas tree one in black, and so I wanted to do something a little different. And I think this glaze is going to be really pretty. Now look, you know, when I lift up, see how I lifted up and part of the bird's beak is not coming on? Just lay it back down, okay? And scrape again, right? And there you go. So just do it, you know, just do it slowly. Don't rip the whole page up until you know all the pieces are down. That way you can fit it all back in if need be. And it's also easy to pick up the paper and like push into it like this, and it'll it kind of comes off better. And you do have to seal transfers, but I'm going to be using a glaze, like I said, and that can act as a sealer, or I can seal it afterwards. Oh, I didn't mean to let that drop. But I probably will seal it after I glaze it. But the glaze has to dry, so we'll get to that part. We just won't get to sealing it. And that's it. That is it. That is so pretty. I love it, love it, love it. I love it already. But now we're gonna bring out these details. And if that bugged you, like it kind of does bug me, to be honest. See, here it is. Here's where it was, and it wasn't. It was just a piece. It was just a separation is all. So you can actually see how you can just cut a little piece and add it in there. I know y'all think I'm crazy, but it bugs me. To me, it looks like there's a piece missing. So let's just see. I'm going to cut this little piece. And I probably could cut it a little bit more. Just going to piece it in there. I could have cut it more, but you know what? It's okay. But transfers layer nicely on top of one another. So look, now see, you can't, it looks like nothing was ever missing. All right. So now let's add some glaze and we'll be done. Except we could always come back with a little gold, but like I said, the glaze has to dry. So this is Paint Couture's Van Dyke Brown, and I've got some damp cloth here. Okay, so here we go. We're just gonna paint, we're just gonna brush on the glaze and wipe it off. Now, again, if you just use a chalk paint with no top coat in it, I would top coat it first. But this will be fine, okay? So I'm just gonna start on the outside. And, you can wipe off as much or as little as you want. We'll just play and see. I think I may come back because there is some pretty gold color in there. Once this dries, I may touch it up just a little bit with some gold on the top of that mold. And I don't know if it's good and dry around the mold, especially down in those creases. So Oh, isn't that pretty? That's already pretty. Just now I'm just thinking I could have done the outside, and it's not too late. But DIY paint has a liquid patina in a dark color like this, so you can, it looks like a stain, and that would have been pretty to do the outside dark like this. But you still could just leave this. Let's just see what it looks like. We'll leave it and do the inside part. I'll have to paint the back. See, sometimes you get ideas as you go on the fly. So just but I could wipe a lot of this, back and come back with that that liquid patina. I forgot what it's called. What is that called? It's a liquid patina that's dark. I don't know why, it's just escaping me. It's not dark and decrepit, I don't think, because that's a powder, but it could be the liquid patina too. Now, normally I do work in sections when I'm doing this, but I kind of want to see what this looks like dark on the outside. So, and this glaze, Paint Couture glazes are not like your old typical glazes where you have to work, really quick or it dries up. It doesn't do that. And you can go back and spritz it, even with water if you need to. I know some of y'all probably gasping. Oh no. But, yep, I used to. Especially if this were wax. But I go right over the transfer with it. And I'm going to take a damp rag. And I kind of like to go up and down on it first. I kind of like the look that it gives. And you have to keep, turning your rag. This has little holes in there, so it, see how good this looks with this dark bird. Now you can kind of wipe most of it off like this. And then go back, where some of the color is on your rag and just kind of pounce it. You can always add more. I'm not going to worry about the outside right now because I'm going to keep hitting it with the rag. So normally we would just go ahead and wipe it back. Let's just go ahead. Just because I forgot this wasn't sealed, and so I always come back and make it dark if I want to. That's it. That's easy. You just wipe it on and wipe it off. You see, I'm not in a hurry. Take my time. Just have several rags. Now this part, you just play and see. Like I said, if you wipe too much off, if you think you wipe too much off, just add some more. Go back with your rag. If you pounce up and down like I'm doing, it kind of gives it a little, like a model type, look. Or you can kind of just come straight down and let it be a little streaky. So whatever you like. And again, if it starts, you know, if for some reason it starts to dry on you, you can spritz it with water. Just want to cover up, you know, anything that's bright white. You kind of want to tone it down. So I always just kind of go back and forth with it, to be honest. But see where it keeps wiping off right on these tips? That's probably where I'll add gold when it dries. I think I might like this to be dark. Let me just do one side and see what it looks like. So when it dries, I could add that liquid patina. And if I did that, I would probably wipe off most of this. Just let it sit. What do y'all think? You like the two-tone or kind of both? Let me hold it up and see if I can tell any difference. Okay, so the glaze has dried, and y'all said that you liked it better with a darker frame. So I did get my DIY Dark and Decrepit. It's a liquid patina. It goes on like a stain, but it doesn't have the strong smells like a stain. You also don't have to wipe it back like you do with a stain. So I just brushed this on. I'm just using just a little small artist brush, and I just brushed it on the outside frame area, and I just did a thin coat. And so once that dried, I added a second coat just to make it a little bit darker. So now I've got Paint Couture's bronze metallic paint, and I'm going to use that to just highlight the little high points on the mold. So I'm just using the popsicle stick to stir up the paint, and then I'm actually just going to use my finger, take the paint from the popsicle stick and just rub it along that mold, just, you know, lightly touching all the little details that are on there. The gold, to me, is what really makes this project pretty. It's just Paint Couture's metallics are just so pretty. They're not overdone, and just that little extra shimmer. I just love it. So you can add as little, you know, or as much as you want. I usually start a little light with it and then go back, and I almost always add a little bit more. Now here I've got Paint Couture's top coat out. It's flat. It has a flat finish, and I'm gonna now seal the transfer. Remember I told you that the transfers needed to be sealed. So I'm just gonna do that real quick. I'm just gonna use a sponge brush and just lightly get a little top coat on there. I love these top coats because they go on a little, they have a little bit of a white color to it, but it's self-leveling and it dries crystal clear. It's my go-to top coat. So that's it, y'all. I did, like I said, go back and add another coat of the Dark and Decrepit around the frame, and then I'm finished. So I really love how this turned out. I appreciate your patience, and I will see you real soon. Bye.